In this problem, we need to determine the value of sine 25 degree times cosine of 115 degree. So let us begin. Let's first rewrite the given problem. So here we have sine 25 degree multiplied to it is cosine of 115 degree. So we do one thing. Let's divide by 2 and multiply by 2. So we get 2 times cosine 115 degrees times sine 25 degrees. Now, if we suppose that A is 115 degrees and B is 25 degrees, then in that case, we get the formula 2 times cosine of A times sine of B. Now, we know that there's a standard formula 2 times cosine of A times sine of B. So that is actually the difference of two sine functions. So we have sine of A plus B minus sine of A minus B, right? So that means we can apply this particular formula to 2 cosine 115 degrees times sine 25 degree. So that means we are now going to get half. So in place of cosine 115 times sine 25 degree, we have sine 115 degrees plus 25 degrees minus sine 115 degrees minus 25 degrees. So this will be equals to half. We have sine 115 degrees plus 25 degrees. So that adds up to 140 degrees minus sine of 115 minus 25. That's going to be 90 degrees. Right. Sine 90 degree, we can easily obtain its value. That's a standard value of 1. So we have half times sine 140 degree. But let's try to rewrite 140 degree. The 140 degree can be also expressed as 180 degree minus 40 degree. So that's difference is also 140 degree minus sine 90 degree. That's a standard value of 1. Right. There's a reason why we're writing in this particular fashion, 180 degree minus 40 degree, because that can be again further simplified as sine of 2 times 90 degree minus 40 degrees minus 1. Now, we know that we have here is an even multiple of 90 degree. So whenever we have an even multiple of 90 degree, then our sine function is going to remain as the sine function. But the new angle is now going to be 40 degrees. Right? And what's the sine of this new sine 40 degree? Well, that depends on which quadrant we lie. Since we have 2 times 90 degree, that means we are in the second quadrant. But then again, we are subtracting a small angle 40 degree from it. 40 degree being an acute angle, that's not going to affect the quadrant. We're still going to lie in the second quadrant. And in the second quadrant, the value of the sine function is positive. So since we started out with sine and its value is going to be positive. So we get positive sine 40 degree and the remaining value, that's negative 1. So this is going to be the final result. Now we were asked to find out the value of sine 25 degrees times cosine of 115 degree. So the result comes out half of sine 40 degree minus 1.